How is everyone tonight?
Oh,
The rain. Has the rain stopped where you are, Jay?
no, it's
You've
pissing
had
down. It's been nice. Been nice today.
forecast was heavy
Had a
for
little
you,
bit of
wasn't
rain. It was not today. It wasn't too bad.
it?
A little bit messy this morning, but it went brighter today. Been quite sunny today, but been splashes of rain, but not thinking anything too bad.
Excellent. Well, we'll say hello to one or two people. Simon Bridgewood. Good evening, Simon.
Evening, Mick.
First on the list. Mick King. Good evening. Adrian Mason with his Witcher. See, I remembered it.
Witcher, the Witcher. Yeah, the Witcher.
Shane, good evening, Shane. David Cox, Rufus, good evening. Daniel, all good this info. Thanks, Daniel. Always nice to know that the stream is working. Good evening. Once again, I don't think Daniel is feeling on top form tonight, so thanks for popping in. Keith, good evening. Keith Parker. Dion Lynn Smith, my spanner number 2. Good evening, Lynn. How are you?
Evening, Lynn. How you doing, bud?
Dion's. I promise, Lynn, tonight I will get your your sexuality right. I promise. If I don't, I'll slap the face.
You're fine for weeks, and then you start calling him a girl again.
I know. It's just word association. Yeah.
Yeah. Just remember, one N. It's got one N.
One N.
One N. 2 N's for a lady, 1 N for a girl.
Correct. Yeah. So I do apologise. No, I won't apologise yet because I haven't got it wrong yet. So I apologise for last week. Oh, what's come up on the screen? Apple, go away. I don't want top stories.
Do you want to update to the new latest timing?
Oh, here we go. What's this come up? Oh, no. Cancel. Go away. Thank you. Right, now we've got some other screen come up. Really? Finish. I don't want to finish. How do I move that out of the way? There you go. Put that up there.
Pardon me.
Pardon you, Jay. How uncouth is that?
I do apologise. I've just literally scoffed my dinner. I literally put the last forkful in my mouth as he went, we're going live, and trying to get it down before.
How do you stop a random pop-up like that coming right across your screen?
I have no idea.
Annoying.
Turn the notifications off for it or something.
No, that's Apple News or something. I don't want that on there. Anyway, it's gone. It's gone. Dion, good evening. If I didn't say hello. Coil, good evening. Alan, how would you pronounce that? Alan Meikle? I'm going to go with Meikle. Good evening, Alan. Coil UK, good evening. Ian Morgan, good evening. Jason Lee, 1 or 2 coming in here now. Ian Morrie, good evening. Erskine Vapor.
Oh, Meikle. Alan Meikle.
I got it right, didn't I? Yeah, I'll say I did.
Yeah.
I did.
2 seconds ago, I opened the window. It's bloody roasting here.
You're hot. It's midsummer, everyone, in Wales.
It feels like it. I think someone's nudged the thermostat up on the on the thing. Mind you, I've just had the oven on for a bit and cooking, so that's probably why I was on.
Are you there now, Jay? You settled?
I'm here.
Keith's comment. Keith Park. Good to see Vic's channel back up. Yep, I entirely agree. Very good to see Vic's channel back up.
Still didn't tell him why. That's what annoys me with YouTube. They don't give you any explanation whatsoever. Because if you knew what it was, you could deal with it.
Bit bizarre, isn't it? But, you know, I think I put a message on Twitter that I felt deflated for Vic. Because all that work and the thought that could have been...
all those years.
You know,
all those years' work, innit? And all the money you spent. And...
to be fair, I mean, if they took my channel away, well... if they do type of thing. But I don't think that would affect me. Like, it's Vic's world, isn't it? That's what he does.
Yeah.
You know, it's his whole world. So, you know, I did
his job, isn't it?
Yeah, I did feel for him. I know not everyone agrees with those sentiments, but there you go. Hey ho, I did. Ian, I've said hello to. Justin, I think I've said hello to. Good evening. Yes, Daniel. Lindy, yeah, everyone's repeats. Shane, can I use BVC coils in the SXK bullet box? Yeah, you can use the Aspire.
Yeah, the Aspire BVC coils, isn't it? The waterless ones. Because you have to be careful because there's a BVC coil for the K2 as well. They don't fit in it.
I must admit, because I'm not a stock coil person, that one, I know that, spy coils, they fit, but I always then think, now, which one is it? I always do.
If Triton Mini, Nautilus.
Yeah.
And also you've got people like Vaptio do coils as well, which are exactly the same.
There you go. Albert, good evening. Alan, apparently he's given a thumbs up, so I must have got his name right. Thanks, Alan. Rufus, Pav, good evening, Pav. Always nice to see you. Albert, I think.
Yep, Pav.
Rob, UK Vapester. Rob, good evening. Back to you need to come on again, I think, Rob. I think you need to come on the show again. I miss your tones.
Tones.
I couldn't think what else to say. Rufus. Yep, I think. Oh, Kieran. Kieran, I have seen your message on Twitter. Sorry I haven't replied. Sorry I haven't posted them. I will reply and I will post them. There you go. You know what it's about. An in-house chat. There you go. And there you go. For the first and only time tonight, I've caught up with chat.
It won't be long.
It won't be long, folks.
It won't be long.
While I've caught up with chat, we normally say what Jay's vaping on, what I'm vaping on, but I'm just going to put a link to something. Hopefully, I've got this right. Bosch paste. See if it'll do it. Yeah, that is the right one. I do want to put another random link in. There you go. There's a link to. It was a juice review. In fact, I'll put it on the screen. We'll talk about that first, then we'll get into the next bits. I think there's one or two in there. There's 49 in chat, so hopefully, one of this one here. Why hasn't it brought that up?
Who's Cy Davis?
Has it brought it up now? Yes, it has. Yep.
I'm just looking on the link you put in.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. A chap called Cy Davis. Now, I have to say, I don't know who Cy Davis is, unfortunately.
The funny thing is, I've got a mate up in North Wales who's called Cy Davis. I don't think it's the same one. There's a lot of Simons and there's a lot of Davises in Wales.
Well, there is
and elsewhere. Yeah.
But he's done a review of all the True Juice, which he's put there Disperso True Juice. Of course, it is. Disperso is the company. It's an offshoot to Jack Rabbit, but obviously it's the Nature Vape True. It's my flavours in my range, so slightly misleading there. But these are my juices, and I'll scroll up and scroll up. He's done each one individually, and absolutely, I'm going to blow my own trumpet a little bit. Glowing review of nearly all the flavours.
Nice.
He likes
8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
But he's done a cracking job. 8 out of 10, I think, for that one. And the Bakewell Tart, what did he think of that one? 9 out of 10. He liked the Bakewell Tart lot. So anyone interested, later on, press the link, have a little look.
I
was chuffed to bits. It's not often you get, there was a lot of hard work went on these juices, and when someone does a review as comprehensively as this, I was blown away last night. I was just over the moon. So anyway, I won't keep scrolling up. You get the point. He's done a taste comparison and an overall conclusion, etc., etc. So it's
nicely laid out as well.
Yeah, he really has done a good job of that. So I was chuffed to say the least. So yeah, very pleased with that. Scroll back to my link. Chris, good evening, Chris Holmes.
No, I've just looked on his thing. He's 50 plus. He's now into his. It's not my mate. He's in his 50s.
Oh right, okay. I must admit I didn't read it. I only got the link last night. So Simon Bridgewood, let's put that one up. I got an email today from SourceMore to say my order has been shipped 6 weeks late. Take it China is back to some sort of normal. Yet they are very steadily getting.
But obviously, there's a delay before anything comes out, isn't there? They all gone back, and they're not just making one thing, are they? They'll be making shitloads of stuff.
Well, it wasn't.
And then if one company's off that makes the fucking O-rings, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Innit, you know?
Yeah. It was mainly the people that went back initially, although they said we're back, they were like sales people working from home on laptops. So they were working, but not actually physically back at work. And then I think some of the like the manager type people and the more technical people started to go back to work. And lastly, the workers are coming back to work, and they are now getting back to work themselves. So things are becoming right, but we'll get to that in a minute. Actually, the coronavirus. There is one or two things I want to say about that, but yeah, I mean it's China. Despite the fact they got an awful lot wrong in the beginning with coronavirus, they tried to cover it up and made a bit of a mess of it. Since it all came out in the open, I actually think they've done a fantastic job in getting that under control. And their numbers now are minimal. The new people getting coronavirus. So, yeah, they've done well. So we'll get back to that in a little while anyway. Coil, let's put that up there. Question, is the SXK billet with DNA chip worth the price difference from the SXK 70 watt? Depends on you, really.
If you want to spend the extra money, go for the DNA.
Some
it's as simple as that.
Yeah, some people only like a DNA chip and they're like, oh, I don't care if it's more money, I'll buy it. Me, I've got both and I don't care which one I pick up and use. Doesn't bother me. So,
Me, I'm a tart. I prefer DNA if I can.
Is it? DNA tart.
I am.
You are a tart. Evening in, above the clouds. Nice to see you in chat. And Big D, good evening, Big D. Big D, I think you need to come on the show as well, don't you? I've been on yours. I think you should come on here. Have a little chat with us all. Keith Parker's replying to you. Right, okay, if the 40 quid is worth it. Yeah, that's an in conversation about the... Yeah. Yeah, and it's, I mean, wattage-wise, one is a 70 watt and the DNA is a 60 watt. That shouldn't be your deciding factor. Your deciding factor should be, I think, do you want the accuracy and everything else?
Yeah.
You're all right there.
Start talking. It's just because I scoffed my dinner down before I came live. Burping away. Joys of IBS, I'm afraid, mate.
Feeding time in Wales. Sorry, Jay. I'm really pulling your leg. Yeah, so that's basically what I think it is. It shouldn't amount to the 60 or 70 watts. Do you agree with that, Jay? I don't think that is important, really. Yeah.
The thing is, you're only going to be running it at 10 to 15, 20 watts maximum anyway. But if you want to be able to plug it into a computer and tweak it and play with it and change things and make your own screens and stuff up, go for a DNA.
Yep.
And like you say, the accuracy, go for the DNA.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I say, I'll pick up either or, the 70 watt or the DNA, and it honestly doesn't bother me which one I pick up. You know, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, the funny thing is, does it bother me? It doesn't. I mean, I've got both here on the go. I've got DNA and the standard chip. Yeah. I use both again. I mean, I went out today. I took both these with me, both of them. Do you ever do that, Jay? I always take two mods out of me in case one has a misfire.
I take 3 or 4 with me to work.
Do you? I always
take... mainly because I like a change of flavour through the day.
Well, that's the other reason. I've got tobacco in one, I've got fruit.
I've usually got a custard in one, a fruit in another, probably another fruit or another custard. My favourites, and sometimes a tobacco. Just depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
Luke has asked a question. Hi, Mark and Jay. Mark, have you? You may have been asked this question before, but are you likely to be stocking the vape snail in the near future? Absolutely, we will. Yep, they're on order. The order's placed. I've probably ordered as many as they would let me, if I'm honest. So yes, they are coming. I think the vape snail is another one that is
I have my own thoughts on that, which I won't say.
victim of China, but only, I think, for the insulator, the peak insulator.
Yeah, the peaks and probably the O-rings and the bloody insulators.
The rest of it, I do believe isn't made there, but that's what they're waiting on the parts for, just that part. So that's why I haven't got any, nor's anyone else. That's why. Okay. Big D again, Big D. You always tell Big D's logo. It's so bright and green and vivid.
It's like in your face.
Craig Campbell, good evening.
Evening, Craig.
What's that, Daniel? Just one or two things, Mark? What was said?
I presume how many mods you have on you at any one time, probably.
Okay. I thought, well, I expected to be further behind chat than that, so that was good. Tattooed Vapor, good evening. Big D, yep, that'd be great. Just no other special guests like what happened to... Yeah, I see. Yes, of course. Yeah, you wouldn't want that, would you, Big D? There's been a little bit of niggle there. No, I wouldn't do that to you. This is banter-free TV.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Kieran, let's put that one up. Mark, Czech Republic has suspended all schools other than university from Wednesday. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, we'll get to Corona because I've got some opinions on that and thoughts to share, which may not be popular, but there you go. I'm just, what you see is what you get, and I'll tell you what I think. Right, what else have we got? One more question. What's a good bridge for this restricted direct to lung?
Vape shell.
I would say the vape shell. Yeah, vape shell, I would say. Good call.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, I love the crossbow, but that's tight. Even without any airflow things in it, that's tight as a duck's bottom.
It is, yeah. I've got the crossbow in the tail tank, actually. That's what's inside here. And that is, I've reduced the airflow as well. I like mainly a tight draw. But
plus you're on tobacco, aren't you? You can tell from the colour. What are you on this time? The Bourbony one?
No, I've gone... I think I've
gone rogue.
Went back to Kona Packer for a change. I've been varying my tobaccos all over the place. I've got this frog again. Go away. Hadn't had it for a day or two. Yes, or I would say the Zeta is a good one as well.
Zeta, yeah, that's a little bit newer.
That would be a restricted direct lung.
I think the Zeta would probably be easy to build on.
It would, yeah, it would.
Getting the wicking right on the vape shell is a bit of a git.
Yeah. Lynn says he... did you hear that? Lynn says he. Well done, me.
Yeah.
Normally carries 3 mods.
That's rubbish. When you come to the shop, you kept pulling them out of all sorts of pockets.
Was it like a magic?
It was like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of vaping. Every 1 minute, he had a different mod in his hand. He's nearly as bad as I am.
Rufus thought most peak was made in Germany. I don't know. That's the impression I was given.
Yeah.
There was specific parts within it that were waiting for them.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the actual tank.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course, yeah, it could be
plastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's plastic.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they've got because they make all the metal bits.
Yeah, I know there was a part of it anyway. So I'm sorry if I don't want to spread bad or inaccurate information, but
things happen, don't they? These things happen.
Chris Holmes, let's put that one up. Then we will get to what we're vaping on. Any idea how I can stop my vape shell barrel from leaking over the side of the SXK?
Not enough wicking in that then, if it's leaking, because mine never leaked.
Barrel? What do you mean the barrel?
Must be coming down the middle
I was going to say, do you mean the top of the chimney? Like if you were to pull the drip tip out, do you mean in there? Because if you do, and you've got that on one of the smaller inserts for the vape shell, you will be pulling that juice up harder, and you will get that in there. It's inevitable. But if you're using it on a looser, like a more direct lung style, without the tight insert in there, you won't get so much. So that may have answered your question. I'm not sure. Not sure. But the vape shell in general is pretty leak free. So, if you left it standing for a fortnight, we'll then expect to see some juice in your
something, yeah,
billet box. But
because it's going to overwhip.
yeah.
But a little tip: if you're going to leave it for a bit, turn your mod the other way down, put it drip tip down, take the drip tip out, and store it the other way up. Don't leak then. There's nowhere for the juice to go, is there? Because it's in the tank.
Yeah.
You might get a bit from the condensation in the chimney come out, but
King Cobra, good evening. Coil carries 2 mods and about 6 batteries. I mean, that's the beauty, isn't it? Of like I took that out with me today. I've been out all day, and I took that with me. Fresh battery this morning. In fact, I took both.
The battery life on those bloody things is brilliant.
Both of them had a fresh battery, and let's keep them both going while I put them up here. Come on, focus.
One's still nearly full, and the other one's like 3/4.
There you go. So I liked this one the best.
Which is the DNA.
Which is the blackcurrant raspberry and lime with the true tank and the DNA. So make of that what you will. But obviously, these were both out with me. That's what I picked. But you probably wouldn't vape tobacco all day. That's after I've eaten, I'll usually have that kind of vape.
Chris, you've either got a snagged O-ring, you haven't got the top nut tightened up enough so it seals on the bottom, or you've over tightened it so it's making the bottom of the tank curl a little bit. If you're getting it just dribbling out the bottom of it, or you've got your wicking's not right, you've not got enough wicking in it.
You're running ahead on chat, aren't you? You're doing it to me, aren't you?
I was trying to catch up with him so he didn't disappear.
Where'd he put it?
Further down.
No, sorry, it's leaking from the bottom and dribbling out of the bottom. Maybe it's the O-ring in the borrow tank.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, the O-ring in the borrow tank. Or he's not got enough cotton in it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or, I'll tell you what I did have the first time I built one. I left a little bit of wire sticking out the back of one of the screws. But it just lifted things so that the actual metal wasn't sealing together properly.
Yeah, that can happen.
So go round your screw when you build it, put a build in it. Because that way you're not going to get the wire stopping it from closing down. But I say I'd try. Because if it's over wicking, that would do it, wouldn't it? Because it's seeping in the side. Because I did exactly the same thing on the crossbow first time I built that.
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit of what? Because I just did it like lazily, just snipped it off. I didn't go round the coil, round the head.
Because I never make mistakes. You've only got to watch my reviews to know that I never make mistakes.
Every single time I build something first time, I fuck it up.
Is that
every single time? Unless it's something like like a big dripper or something like that. Yeah. But little fiddly ones like that. There's usually something you fuck up on.
Simon, does anyone know where to get 72 milligram nicotine from? Well, you shouldn't really be able to buy it without a business-to-business.
Cough. Yeah.
But it is available.
There are ways.
Yeah, it is available, but I can't really discuss that on here. But I think you'll find, if you Google that, I think someone in a chat somewhere will readily give you that answer.
Yeah, because it can only be supplied to a business.
Yeah, or someone in chat might have an opinion, perhaps. Do you think?
Yeah, awesome.
Right. So, there you go. Pav has already had a thought. There you go. You'll get the solution. Mm-hmm. Keith has also had the same thought. Funny that. Kieran's had a thought. There you go. That's that one sorted out. Yeah, Lince only when he visits your shop, Jay. Yeah, he came.
That was a pocket full of mods
with all his armory, did he? So, Lynn, how are you getting on with that mod? Are you still enjoying it?
The Blue Beast.
Oh, I see. That was. What's that? How are you getting on? That's your comment, Joe. Who's that aimed at? How are you getting on with the flavours? Oh, was that to Lynn?
Oh, that was to Lynn. Yeah,
right,
he had some
okay.
pieces from the shop.
Yeah.
I give him a couple. I had some bottles on me that had a bit left in, like 10 ml left in. So I says, "Yeah, I'll try some of these, some tobaccos and stuff."
DE Nature Vape. Have you tried any concentrates from Just Add Nick? No, I haven't. Is the honest answer to that?
I've known people that have, and they love them.
I'm strange with e-liquid. I've had that many disappointments. I mean, someone sent me a big sample box the other day. I just threw it in the bin. It was rubbish.
You have had concentrates from Just Add Nick.
Have I?
Yeah, Nata.
Oh, is that these?
Yeah, that's Just Add Nick.
Possibly I have. Right, well, there you go.
Is that the raspberry one? That's the raspberry one, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's
pistache.
Pistache is the other one. In fact, I got the Nata one here, made up.
Oh, look at the steep on that.
You can tell how much I liked it. And someone's going to say...
If you don't like it,
someone's going to say...
next time there's a package, you can always send it my way, because that looks well steeped, and I love connoisseur juice. Yeah.
Actually, it does smell quite nice now. It's one of those ones you have to let steep, and
yeah, because it's the what's it? It's a Portuguese custard tart, isn't it? Basically, with raspberries shoved in it.
And Chris, you've answered that, and that's where you went ahead of time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Keith is the same as the bottom seal knackered.
Yeah.
Cody Vogler. I'm vaping on my EVL Twin Zenith mouth to lung tank, loving the mouth to lung, though I'd use some stock coilers.
Thought I'd use some stock coilers.
What did I put? Oh yeah, thought. Sorry, thought I'd use some stock coilers. There's a new one now, isn't there? The what's the one that why do I start conversations that I can't think of the name of people and discuss them properly with? What's American Reviewer? Mouth to lung.
Bizardo.
Thank you. Is that another new one from him?
Which one? The Zenith.
Yeah, isn't there?
That's an older one, the Zenith, isn't it? It was that was the stock coil version, because you had the A-Res and then you had the Zenith, didn't you?
Aries.
The A-Res.
New Aries.
No, the A-Res was the rebuildable, wasn't it? And the Zenith was the stock coil.
Right, maybe that's what I saw then was the Zenith.
Yeah.
But I read that in. It might have been the Aries, like version 2.
Mm.
Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Unicron. Good evening.
Evening.
Chris, cheers. That makes good. Okay, hopefully we've helped you.
It wouldn't show if it was the negative Rufus.
No,
it was to the side, because the side's neutral.
I nearly said that to you when you were saying it, but then I thought, no, not if it's the negative.
Because it's usually the negative one, because it's a bit more faff, isn't it?
And Jason says he nails the tank first time, when every time after that is a leak fest. Unicron, wow, Mark's only 14 minutes behind. Yeah, well done me. Well done me. I think this is the most behind I've been as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Adrian Daniels, good evening. Nature Vote, will you be restocking the Easy side by side from Ambition Mods? Yes, I will. And the good news is, I think they're going to be posted any day. So
cool.
they've all been ordered for some time, and they're going to be posted to me any day. So there is, I can't remember how many I ordered. I think there's about 300 of them coming. So
you've got a fair few of each colour then.
Yeah, I got a few.
Did you sell many of the blue ones? Because that was a funky colour, that was.
Do you know what? I ordered 5 of them because I thought it was a token 5. I nearly didn't order any at all. A little bit like buying rainbow in an RTA that buys the rainbow. And do you know what? They sold so quick, those 5. Bang, gone. I was like, well, what do I know?
Yeah, I'm the same. I looked at it. I was like, ew.
I
It's
did.
like it's such a weird blue as well, isn't it? It's not like dark blue or light blue. It's somewhere in between, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Cyan. Reminds
cyan.
me of when you used to refill fucking printer cartridges and you got cyan all over you
Yeah.
out of the ink cartridges.
Daniel answered the question as well for Adrian Daniels. But yeah, so the good news is for them, they are coming and they will be now very soon. I've had, a firm message from them. And up until this point, I've been saying my best guess is a fortnight. So now my...
You weren't far off.
No, I wasn't really, was I?
No, you weren't far off. You said about a fortnight.
Yeah, so my best guess now is by this time next week, we should have them. There you go.
Nice.
Right, okay. Well, I've nearly caught up with chat. Path. Bastardo. Bastardo! I knew Kieran would reply. If you're not keen on the nut, one of my all-time... I know it is, yeah. That's... I forget what I mixed that up to now. 9 milligram, I think.
Oosh, nice.
I think it was 9 milligram.
That'll be tasty.
Yeah. Yeah, as you say, I mean, look at that. That's steeped, isn't it? How dark that is. Lovely.
I don't know where that bottle of juice I've got is. I've got a bottle of juice here that's about 2.5 years old. It's like black tree.
You're welcome, Adrian. Not a problem. Unicron found out my local shop still has a surplus of original. Really? Kanga Pro.
Cool. I want one.
I'll tell you what, Unicron. Let's put that up on the screen. There will be a lot of people that would want to buy one of them now.
I'd have one of those. They were bloody good tanks. Yeah. The aero tanks as well. I used to love the old aero tank.
I came across, see if I can do it without knocking anything down, the other day, unopened.
Oh my God, the Nano.
Still got dust on it. Subtank Nano.
That was a cracking tank.
Unopened, look.
Way ahead of its time. You can still get the coils as well.
I'll keep that for the museum.
Yeah, museum a bit.
Why was that within reach? How spooky is that?
That's because you found it. I thought, I'll put that there because someone will ask it in the back of your head. You're like, someone will come up with something.
I had to look first. I thought, have I got that there? And Graham, haven't put my polished clear one down. Well, that's good. And, a lot of people that bought the Easy Mod, the majority of people are really chuffed with them. So that's nice.
I was using mine constantly up until last week, but I'll probably be back on it again next week.
So I think what we'll do now, we've done the show a little bit in a different order. We haven't done what we're vaping on. And I think while we're saying what we're vaping on, perhaps what's everyone else vaping on in chat?
Yeah.
Put in what you're vaping on while Jay is telling us what he's vaping on.
So tonight I have got the double barrel with the K's Solomon Mesh RTA on the top.
Gone back to that, have you?
Yeah. I've been using it all week, mate.
Go on, give it.
And then the Bone Scully gum I've got in that, which is like a black currant bubble gum. It's still on the same wick. It's been in there 2 weeks.
Still on the same.
Still chucks like a good, and the flavour's banging.
Yeah. I think it's a cracking little tank, that. We are getting...
My next order, I'm going to have to order some more mesh, because that's on the last one, and I prefer that one. It's the 0.1... I think it's a 0.2, because it comes out of 0.18.
Who did the mesh? OFRF did a mesh, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that will fit. Oh, didn't you like that?
No, I've not tried it.
Oh, right. I thought you were pulling a face.
No, it's the ORF, isn't it? The ORF tank.
Wow, I called
it
OFRF.
Geek Vape bought them out, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, no, was it Geek Vape or was it Watofo?
Watofo, one of the two.
So I think they were pretty much linked anyway.
Yeah.
From the beginning, it was like an offshoot of that.
Yeah.
So, yep. What else are you vaping?
That's that. Then I've got the lovely Purge Slam.
I like that. I do like that.
21700 battery in there. I've got 2 of your 0.38 stainless steel Claptons in there, coming out about 0.2 because I took a bit of the legs off and that, so they're a little bit lower than they should be. Yeah. And in that I've got some strawberry custard from advaping.com. And it's lovely. Really nice on that. Chucks of clouds like the best of them. And then finally, we're on to something I had a bit of an itch to scratch. Basically,
Oh, here we go.
I shall give you a story. I found 2 DNA 75 boards here. One was brand new and original, and the other one was in a mod that was battered to hell, but the board was perfect. There was not a touch of juice in it. So I built myself. It is a bit scruffy, I warn you now, because I did everything by eye. I had no rulers.
Don't try and justify your poor workmanship, Jay.
There's this little shiny beastie.
I like that. See, that's the sort of thing that appeals to me. Plain, simple. No.
Plain, simple, slightly industrial.
Yeah.
But the inside's clean as a whistle. Like, it's nice and neat. Can hardly see the wiring.
Oh, you did that too fast. Open it again. Show it to the camera.
Let's see if I can get some more light on the
subject.
subject.
It's a bit dull.
There we are.
And back a bit, back a bit, back a bit, back. That's it. There. Yeah, that's nice, that.
It's tight. It was tight. There was a lot of shaving of things. DNA 75, 14 watts, battery life's great, love it. And then on top of that, I've got the Nautilus GT with the PSU tank, so it looks a little bit more like a newer Tafen. And in that, I've got some Razzmatazz, which is apple and raspberry fizz from AD Vaping from work.
That, just to halt you, that Nautilus, that take just a standard Nautilus coil, like it does. Because I bought some of the 0.7 ones to try.
0.7 or 0.7 mesh?
0.7 mesh, the newer one, the V2, is it?
Yeah, love these.
I heard they were good, so I have bought some to try.
It's the only coil I use in everything that takes a Nautilus coil now.
Yeah.
It lasts for ages.
And is that your full...
That's me done, yeah.
Full bank. I do like that mod. You've done a good job of that, Jay.
Yeah,
nice.
I'd say if I did it again, I'd move the button over a little bit more. And basically, I haven't even got a printer that works, so I couldn't print out the thing for doing exactly where all the placement goes.
Right.
The screws and stuff, and bolts and things, and buttons.
Is that yours? Is that your dog?
Yeah, there's a dog barking outside, so it started them pairing.
Of course, you've got the window open, haven't you?
Got the window open for the clouds and stopped my missus dying of like being in a 1970s disco.
Right.
Because I'm on a mech mod. It's like 10 minutes of being on the mech mod, and the place looks like a disco. Just need some lasers and some banging tunes.
Well, I'm not on anything different this week, to be honest. I've still given this little Cree a go with Gas Mods Cree.
You enjoying that?
I'm gelling to it a bit more as I use it, to be honest. And that, I said it had like this underlying flavour that I couldn't quite put my finger on. That seems to be diminishing now. So it's.
Might have just been. Did you give it a full on wash before you used it, or did you just sort of?
I thought I did, but obviously I didn't.
with certain stuff like things like that, I'll strip the thing down, take all the screws out, take all the peaks out, take all the insulators out, because like in the threads where the holes go, you'll get machine oil, won't you? You can clean it and clean it and clean it, but until you have a good soak in some warm soapy water, I usually rinse them like in a bowl.
Yeah,
hot water, leave them to soak, take them out, rinse them and that.
Yeah, but I didn't take all the screws out, to be fair. But I mean, it looks a bit. Let's put it up to the camera. It looks almost a little bit cheap and plasticky, but in real life, that is glass. So it's not. It's actually probably nicer in real life than you think it is. And trusty True Tank on the Easy Mod, DNA 60 inside of that one. Blackcurrant, raspberry and lime. And my tail tank with a crossbow inside on this one. You like that, don't you, Jay? That colour combination.
I like that tank
juice
as well.
isn't it?
Yeah, I like that tank as well, isn't it?
With some mana bush.
Cola Packer. It's like the chocolatey coffee one, isn't it?
Yeah. I do. That is a nice juice. I do like that one. And also, there is hopefully this later this week, all the Drakes should be arriving. So that's something else on it.
I might have to try some of them come payday. I might do
Very
a little
excited
put
about
some few
that.
bits. Yeah.
And in fact, there is a discount code for all e-liquid in March off me at the minute, and I'll put that on in chat in a minute. If I do it now, I'll scroll right to the bottom and I'll forget where I am, and I've asked people to put on what they're vaping on. So when I've finished that, I'll type it in. So who was first? Unicron. VermilionRiverjuice.com is I see. Right, is their website.
All right.
Lizard Komodo V2 with the Jenner slam cap. This is where everyone's going to be vaping, so they're going to put all their posh stuff down, aren't they? Especially Keith Parker. I bet he put something posh down. I'll get to hear it. If he's commented, I'll get to it in a minute. Nick Bailey is on the clutch with the art. The clutch is something I bypassed, to be honest, stocking.
Yeah. The one I do like is the DNA version, the regulated version. I don't think it's called the clutch, though. I might be wrong. It's got the DNA 75C in it, I think.
And on his clutch, he's got the RDA.
The RDA for vaping.
RDA for vaping.
What else are you going to use it for?
Huh?
What else are you going to use it for?
Yeah, exactly right, yeah.
Lighting someone's fag.
Unicron is Tesla Sigs XT220 Freemax Fire Luke.
Oh, yeah, the old Fire Luke.
Big D Nasty Juice Shisha Double Apple 20mg salt and the Geek Vape Boost. Yeah, I think Danny likes the boost, doesn't he? He likes that. And Dr. Vape's Pink in the Nunchaku 2.
I love the Nunchaku mod. It's fucking banging. We sell loads of them.
There's a man who's got taste. Graham Mabberley. Easy mod.
The Berserker.
With the Berserker Mini. The Berserker Mini was a good tank, wasn't it? It was a good tank, I thought. Berserker
It was always better to fill the Berserkers up from the bottom, though, so they didn't leak.
We're a bit like that, weren't we? Rufus, not allowed to vape as I'm having an op in April. And the surgeon has told me no vaping, even nick-free. That's odd. Well, it depends on the operation, I guess. When I had my neck operation, you get asked, don't you, do you smoke? Like the frown comes over, do you smoke? No, but I do vape. And he went, that's a problem. I said, problem, why? He said, it's nicotine in general. He said, the bone won't heal as quick.
Yeah.
And right, fair enough. To be honest, all I did was cut down my vaping a bit after the operation, and then I built up to as normal. I've had no issues whatsoever. But anyway, I'm not giving you medical advice there, Rufus. If your doctor has told you not to vape, you listen to him, not me. Adrian, salted caramel tart in Amit mouth to lung RTA on Witcher mod. The Amit is something I never really had. I never really gelled with that tank. I did try it, the Amit.
It's a nice looking tank.
No, it was a nice looking tank. You ever tried one, Jay?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
You did? Yeah?
It was just, basically, to me, it was just another Berserker with pretty much a little bit more airflow on the widest setting.
Jay, I still have 2 unopened aero tanks with a glass and metal body option.
Ooh.
I think
Drop me a message, AVC, if you want to get a shot of them.
I think I've
got stuff that it'll go on, you see.
Yeah, I suppose you would have. Pav, that's not what you're vaping on, is it? Or Tofo? Gary the Brunhild on the VT40.
Oh, the old H Cigar VT40. I liked that mod.
Yeah, it was a good mod. I like that one.
I always fancied a Brunhild as well. I haven't had one yet. I want the mouth to long one.
Oh no, Curly Chew, man down. Big sniffles. This one has man flu.
As long as you haven't got the coronas, you're all right.
Oh. Jason Lee, Aries on the Deja Vu D7 trilogy on the Sigeli was it
Humvee,
is that right? Okay. Yeah. I'll bow to your knowledge on that one with Blackcurrant, Love Slush and Retro Blackjack. Nice. Our Blackjack, we don't I don't sell much of that. It's weird, isn't it? I thought that
It's a funny flavour though. You've got to like it, haven't you?
I
And
thought
so
that would
many
be
people
really
don't like
popular.
aniseed, do they?
And the people that have tried it have loved it, but we just don't sell much of it. It's quite odd.
The
Justin,
problem with me is it's that I'll only put it in something that I don't particularly like tank wise because it sticks in it. Once it's in there, it's in there, and anything aniseed.
it is, yeah, it is to be fair.
Somewhere I've got the glass. It was glass, wasn't plastic. Somewhere I've got the glass off something that's now green because I had
Really?
I had absinthe in it
Peckham
over and
Spring.
over again. Yeah, and it coloured the glass.
Justin, clear yellow, plastic easy, reload, Goofy's juice. So yeah, that's a nice combo, that is, isn't it? The reload. I've got one here. I haven't been vaping it, to be fair, and I do keep promising I will review it, but there you go. There's a reload. I enjoyed that on there.
Cracking little tank. Cracking little tank. To be fair, my go-to rebuildables for that is either the Purity or that, or the Reload. You know.
Actually, incidentally, the Purity is the same answer to the question as the Easy Mods. They'll be coming at the same time. Nick Bailey and Juice and Rockland and Sabors. Oh my God, everyone's vaping Southern Fancy, aren't they? Del Encanto, is it? It's Fogging Out with the Batman, is it? Yeah. Nancy's Flan Cake, delicious. Albert's got 2 minutes to put in writing. And Kieran's on the Brunhilde along with Koi Juice. Oh God, Yashinashi. I think Kieran's doing it on purpose. He wants to see me struggle. Oh, here we go. Here's Keith. Yeah, there you go.
Danny, tell you what. Oh, Danny, very nice.
I knew that would be something poosh. Danny 21700 tripod with Steam Tuner's cap, Drake's whiskey tobacco, as Modus Reborn, Evil Reaper,
and some lemon lush.
Oh, nice, Keith. Nice. Alan Creed's Custard Asgard Mini and the SQ topside.
Nice.
Nice battery wrap J. There you go.
It's the grey one, I think. Was it? Yeah. Must have been.
Lynn's on 2 Geek Vape Aegis solo mods, both with reload method. Yeah, I know Lynn likes his reloads as well. And dot mod. So dot mod. I do want a dot mod and to get one of the you know what I'm talking about, the rebuildable for it. You know what I mean. What's it called?
Yeah, I know which one you mean. The dot shell. The dot shell.
That's it. Dot shell. Couldn't think. I don't know when.
I had one of those mods and I thought it was the biggest piece of shit on the planet.
Yeah, but that was not with
the stock. That was with the stock coils.
Yeah.
But it was the rattlesnaking that did my head in because the PWM on it was just horrendous. On the one I had, I don't know if they fixed it or it was just one off. I had it 2 days and it went.
I'll find out. King
I think I showed you, didn't I? Held it up to the mic. I said, "Listen to this," didn't I? And it was like,
yeah, you did. King Cobra Dead Rabbit RTA with Boulevard.
Oh, nice! I love a bit of Boulevard.
Captain PD 270. Profile RDA with Drip Hacks Purple Slush in the top side single. That was a tank I wanted to try. The QP Juggernaut. That's a clone.
I had a Juggernaut Mini. It was a nice tank.
Did you? And Drip Hacks Strawberry Lemonades on OG Drag. Nick Bailey. That's okay. That's an in-house one. Kieran's written it again. He just wants to see me get my pronunciations wrong. Look. Erskine, Minikin 2 with Core. That was a good RTA. The Core, Vapefly Core RTA.
Vapefly Core.
It
went under the radar quite a bit though, didn't it?
It did, but do you know what? It wasn't the prettiest RTA, and in fact, I think we've still got them. Some of them. It wasn't the most popular seller. Not probably the prettiest, but I tell you, that thing was I could never get it to leak. It didn't matter how I built that; it always vaped well, and it didn't leak. You probably agree with that, Erskine, if you've got using it as well. Serial Killer Clone Juice, Simon Bridgewood, Rinko McMahon 80-watt mod with extra motor, V4 mouth to lung, blue raspberry, Creed's custard. Right, that's in house. That's in house. Lynn he's going to ask Kieran a question, which they can reply in house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're there. I think we're caught up. We're getting there, aren't we? Yeah. Future Juice. Matt Benson, greetings from Isolational. Pretty certain it's just a cold. Oh my word, Matt. Oh my word.
Oh dear.
Well, we wish you all the very best.
Yeah, man.
We will talk about it in a minute. Actually, I think on that note with Matt. Thought you said what? I think that's an in-house comment. I think that's between different people. Kieran, Mark, love the Cree. I just ordered 5 replacement glass bell caps for the future. Well, there you go. You see, and probably Kieran, I can see that suiting you.
Yeah.
I did watch your review. Anyone who hasn't seen it, Kieran's done a spot-on review of this tank. I probably won't do one, to be fair. It has got the odd issue, but apparently I criticised it for the screw heads don't clamp down close to the sides so that your wire wants to nip out all the while.
Yeah.
Apparently they've changed the screw heads on the later versions, which mine isn't. It's an early one. And it's all a bit odd. They should have done the thread a different way from the top to the bottom so that, it's like you turn to fill it and you can turn the whole thing off a bit. It's a bit weird. But other than that, vape-wise, it's not bad. Well, gas mods, I always like gas mod stuff.
They do weird and wonderful gear, don't they? I had the little tiny dripper, the GR1. That thing was, the flavour off it was great, but you had to build a hell of a high on it, otherwise it was a bit warm.
Yeah. Matt Benson says, question on the Cree, is the top screw cap annoying thing? Not really, Matt. If you hold the glass
and then unscrew it,
it's
fine.
You can fill it.
Just don't hold it by the base.
But just don't hold it by the base, and don't over tighten it either. It doesn't need.
Just needs nipping, doesn't it?
Yeah, doesn't need.
Same with anything in it.
Will it glug? Will it gurgle now I've opened it? Shouldn't it?
Probably. A little bit, but you expect that if you got
tiny bit.
If you didn't close the airflow. Mind you, you can't change the airflow, can you?
No. Well, yes, you can. It's got inserts.
Yeah, but what I mean is you can't shut it via.
No, you can't. Yeah. What you get there.
It's not got on the ring. Yeah.
That is permanent. That bit there.
Yeah.
Permanent. Looking through. Don't think I missed it. As always, guys, if you've got a question for me or Jay, just put Mark or Nature Vape or Jay in capital letters. I'll pick it out quicker then. Otherwise, it saves me doing the old de-dum bit.
Dum-de-dum.
Scrolling through chat. A lot of these are just chats within chats. Oh, Paul, GTR on the old Trona Victory. That sounds
nice.
That's a nice combo. And Grey
Vape. That's the Victory.
Yep, nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely little mod.
And Grey Vapor's E-Leaf Pico Mega with his dwarf.
That's an old Pico.
Nice combination too, I would have thought.
K from
5 intake dual. And Adrian, here we go. Cafe Con. How do you pronounce that? Go on, you do it.
Cafe Con Alicia. The pineapple and Nancy Flan Choco from Batman Line.
There you go. See, it's easy when you're not doing it. Pud Puffs, good evening. Pud Puff has done a review on my juice as well. Thanks again for that. No problem with being late. You're here now. How many have we got in here? 70 we got in and 29 thumbs up. It's compulsory.
Get them thumbs up going, guys. Come on. There's lots of you in. Give it a thumbs up.
Daniel will prompt everyone a little while. He always does at 9:45. Don't take his job away. Dot shell is awesome. Oh, that's good, Paul. Like I say, I've got them coming, so looking forward to that. And Rufus is on the dot shell. Adrian, billet box or nothing. He's into his billet boxes in. And Jezza, evening Mark and squeaky chair guy been working late. You can't call him that anymore, Jezza. He's fixed it.
No squeaky chair, look. No squeaky chair.
Now he's just got a lot of burps. Kieran also on the Glas Mini on the Chroma R with Drake's Calico Coffee. Couple of people on Drake's tonight. Dean, Devil Vapor, good evening.
Devil.
Oi hoi. Oi
hoi. Oi hoi.
Evening, Dean. Manto X with Steam Crave Glas Mini and some ULTD 36 milligram. Great for me to get through. Oh my word.
Christ, I don't need like 2 pulls on that. I'd be on my arse.
Yeah. Daniel's on his he likes his recurve, Daniel.
On his Luxottic.
I'm going to be in trouble because he likes it so much. He sent me one more months ago than I'd like to admit.
Still in its packet.
I will honestly try it for next week. As a promise, for next week they'll be out of the box and used. Wismec Luxottic, Emma Variable Volt 21700 with a Vape Tasia Killer Custard Easy Mod with a Glas Mini and Strawberry Custard, and 2 tanks with Strawberry Custard, some older coils. Older coils. I know what he's aiming at there. Very good, Daniel. Is
that the ones that you don't like making? By
he's a bit of a bugger. He's got a funny sense of humour, Daniel, at times. Yeah, he has. Albert
Was that a hint because he's running out?
Yeah, well, he did say the other day that it's coming up to time when he'll be getting some more. I guess that's Albert Glas Mini with butter pecan tobacco.
That sounds nice.
Berserker 1.5 Mini and True Tank. Someone at last is vaping.
Yeah, with a True Tank.
Jungle juice in both. A lot of High Deans. Popular man as ever. There you go. And Erskine said the core is bone dry. They always are. And for a bottom airflow RTA, that is rare, isn't it? To get that with a bottom airflow. That core was, performance-wise, one of the best RTAs, I would say, out there. So if anyone's thinking, fancy something different, what do I try that's hassle and maintenance free, really? That core, you could do a lot worse than buy one of them. Oh, Graham said he bought a Cree and the 510 pin was missing. Sent it back. Disappointed. I think I had 2. I think I had 2 510s in mine. Did I? I probably got yours. No, I didn't. But it was in the sack, in the little plastic doofer.
Oh, it wasn't fitted.
No, it was in the plastic thing. It was a bit unusual.
That's where Graham goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he threw that away.
Does it look in the bag?
Smallest drip tip ever on the GR1.
Oh,
and Kieran, sorry,
they were tiny. The drip tips on the GR1. They really were like 3 mil high.
Kieran says that the reverse threading, like I said, would have solved all the issues. Yeah, it would have done. It just would have been better to put one thread one way, one the other. Would have worked. Best wishes for Matt. Matt, sorry, I didn't mean real isolation. Right, so it's like self-isolation. They're a bit paranoid at work, so any sniffles mean you're told not to go in. Yeah, there's some. I don't know.
Depends what you do, I suppose, isn't it? If you're in the care community or something like that, then yeah, I could understand it. Or you're working with things that should be clean and stuff, then yeah, fair enough.
Only 10 minutes behind. Hey, come on, Dean. Look, 10 minutes behind for me. For Norfolk is amazing. I've done really well, I think. In fact, most of it now is chats between chats.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Pav, I'll put you on the screen. As you should know by now, I always have at least one. He does. Pav will always use the true tank. So, yeah. So you should have put it then, Pav, not all Tofo. Kieran, Mark, that's weird. Mine came with pre-fitted and also a spare one in the bag. Oh, so, yeah, that's a bit odd then, because mine was missing on the tank and I had to get one out of the bag and put it in. So that's a bit odd, isn't it? Ian Morgan, Mark, would you have any squonk pins to fit the Kennedy? I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know what would fit that.
If you know the size of it, mate, if you go over to Mod Maker, he does I think it's a 2.5 mil and a 3.5 mil or something squonk pin that's like universal fit. I've used them to put squonk pins in loads of things. Or buy one of each and see what fits what. That's the best way, and then you know which one for future. They're not cheap. I don't think they're mega bucks either. I think they're a couple of quid. So go and have a check out on modmaker.co.uk for those.
There'd be a lot though that are quite sort of generic, surely. I mean, I've done that before. I've thought, oh.
I mean, I've put them in loads of things. Sometimes you have to cut them a bit shorter if you don't want like over juice in the bottom of the well. It just depends what you want, but they're like a certain length. But I've fitted them in loads of the older style.
King Cobra, put that one on the screen as well. Mark, any chance of getting the mesh deck for the Steam Crave Aromomizer Plus in? I never really stocked my. I might look at that. I mean, the Aromomizer is probably a tank I should have had. I mean, they're good, aren't they? You can't dispute that. They are good. So, right, okay. Well, Matt Benson's comments about his self-isolation, I guess we're at the point where 9:30. So I said we'd talk about this virus, which apparently a lot of channels won't mention because they get demonetised or something.
Yeah.
My channel's not monetised anyway, so I'm quite happy to say and I would say what I think anyway. And if they scrub the video, they scrub the video. So be it. I just find it amazing. I love rugby, okay, Jay, and I was amazed to see England playing rugby at the weekend. I thought we're not taking it seriously.
I know.
My opinion, I mean, you've got all the people doing elbow shakes and tapping feet to shake hands and stuff like that. And then you go and put however many thousand people together shouting and cheering on their team.
Yeah.
But are we stupid? Have we not seen what's happened around the world? Same with Cheltenham. Why is that horse racing going on? In my opinion, why? Why are we doing that? Why?
They're not taking it seriously.
We're not. Have we learnt nothing from Italy? You know what I mean? And while we talk about Italy, I'm sorry, guys. If you think this is a rant, well, then it is a rant because I just think we all need to own this problem in a way and get ourselves through it. And Boris Johnson, best advice is like wash your hands. Well, I think he's washed his hands of the country at the minute because is he trying to get rid of pensioners and people with health problems? Because I just don't think enough is being done. And we have I don't know if that's the same today. I think British Airways have stopped it as today. But we've been letting people fly from Italy to the UK, where Italy is on complete lockdown with a massive severe problem, into Heathrow Airport and walk straight through customs and go home. And being told, if they think they're unwell, go home and self-isolate.
Yeah.
It's all very well for people like the likes of... Who's that other guy? Patrick someone, the health...
Yeah, I can't think of his name. I don't know his name, though.
All these people are with the advice of saying, go home, self-isolate for 10 to 14 days. Those people are wealthy people. they can afford to go home and self-isolate for 2 weeks without any money and not worry about it. What about the normal man who has probably got 50 quid left until his next pay packet at the end of the month?
Yeah.
He can't afford that. And I just think we're wrong. We're doing it wrong. We are doing it wrong, in my opinion. And what do you think now in chat? I'll let you all have your say, but I just think we are not taking this seriously enough. We need to be more proactive.
Yeah.
Surely they're doing health or these tests now, like pregnancy tests, aren't they? Positive, negative.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes they take for the result to come through. Surely to God, the plane lands at Heathrow. Someone stands there. There's your test. Positive.
Do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Off you go over there to isolation. Negative.
Yeah.
Right. Go home. And surely wouldn't these people landing in our airports feel better in the knowledge they are either clear or not clear? Because
Totally
a lot
agree.
of people have
Totally
got this
agree.
virus and they don't even know they got it. It can be in a very mild form that you don't know you've even got it. And it can be for like a snivelly or dry cough and that's 80% of people, to be honest. But the other 20% are in a big muddle. And we shouldn't. It's just gonna. We're gonna be like Italy in 3 weeks' time. There you go. There's my prediction. And we're an island, aren't we?
Yeah.
This country's an island. If anyone had the capability to say this country will be COVID-19 free, it was us. Because we're not locked by any land, are we? So you have to come in by a ship or a plane to get to this country.
Yeah.
All those tests are there, they're available. They could have been used. Take that test, positive, right, isolation. And that wouldn't have upset anyone. We're not saying to anyone you can't come home. We would just have been saying we want you home, but we want you home, you safe, and we want everyone in the country safe. And that, to be honest, that would have been, in my view, Boris Johnson could have gone down in history as being like this absolute genius. And I think he's dropped the ball, in my opinion. Wash your hands and self-isolate, and don't forget to buy half the supermarket of toilet roll on the way home.
I don't know what that toilet roll thing's about. I don't get it. Yeah, fair enough, hand sanitizer, but toilet roll, man. I can understand people buying extra toilet rolls and things like that, and like the normal stuff for people that live in the country, sort of like up in the backs, just in case they can't get it because everyone's stockpiling it. Yeah. That's fair enough. But to like go out and buy a shed ton of bog roll, it's not like E. coli, is it?
No.
Or is it just the fact that everyone's shitting themselves, literally?
Well, I think some of it does come with a bit of diarrhea, and I think that is a strain of it. Some of it, but I mean that's just crazy, isn't it? Buying all that toilet, I just couldn't believe it. But me personally, I'm taking vitamin D because hopefully it'll help my immune system, and that's all I can. And obviously, I am washing my hands. That makes sense to do, and I am wearing with my other work. I mean, I get in a car, someone else's car. I don't know who's been in there. Dirty old steering wheel. So I've been wearing. Normally, nitrile gloves are a bit of a shalash, aren't I? But I have been wearing nitrile gloves. And the other part of wearing those, this is an interesting one. Part of wearing those nitrile gloves, we all touch our faces. Someone said it about something like 20 times an hour or something, isn't it? If I've got those on, the tendency for me to go like this or this is far less because I know I've got these random gloves on. So, it's just hopefully if that just stops me touching my face. So
the thing is, I don't even think that wearing a mask is going to save you anyway. Wearing a mask, like people that wear masks, don't they? Because they're going around because they don't want to catch it. That'll only stop you spreading it. It won't stop you catching it.
No, it won't. I've been offered off loads of my e-cig suppliers masks.
You want masks?
Yeah. So that it's like they caused the problem. Now they want to make money out of the solution.
Tell you something, I wish I'd have had the forethought to put the 3M ones on eBay. Nowhere else them in stock. They're selling out like they're 15 quid a throw. It's something that if you go on like on the onto a page where it's I'll do it now, like I'll just find it now. You can see how many's sold in the last 24 hours. You would not believe the numbers, people. We should get some masks on the website, mate.
But I mean, I was offered masks, and I don't see the benefit. And to be honest, do I sell e-cigarettes or do I sell masks? Do you know what I mean? Because that, to me, is just profitising off people's not paranoia, but do you know what I mean? Off their dread.
Paranoia, isn't it?
So I'm not going to apologise for what I just said about Corona or any of that because it's in my head. It's how I feel. I am a sincere person. I want you to know how I feel. And if anyone wants to share that rant with the Boris Johnson channel, well then share it. I don't care. Put it where you like. Record that part. Because I do feel strongly. So what's everyone said? Shut up, Mark. How far do I have to go back? Squonk pins, we got there. Steer mesh pins. Mark, the only time there are times when the farmer's bringing in the sheep. It's just not nice, is it? It's just not nice. Nothing fancy. Innikin Cool Fire. God, it's an old one, isn't it, Pav? Innikin Cool Fire.
Good mod, the Cool Fire.
Yeah. And there you go, it's the start. Albert, putting money before health. Yeah, I think they are. But, Albert, if my suggestion had been done, surely that would have protected money.
Yeah.
It might have caused, a big shock in the beginning, but not really. 10 minutes per passenger? Would you care if you were held up for 2 hours before you got into the country? I wouldn't. At least I'd know I was coming to a safe one.
My missus just sent me a message. There's 2 guys on Shetland that have coronavirus on the Shetland Islands.
Is there?
Yeah.
King Cobra, and why is everybody bulk buying? Loo roll? Yeah, that's coronavirus. It's not shoot yourself to death virus. No, it's not. I don't get that either. And the problem is the poor old fella or lady that wants to go and buy her weekly shop of toilet roll and there isn't any, it's not fair, is it? It's not fair. Swirling Murk, even Swirling Murk, when thousands of our loved ones die from random immune people passing it on, that's when we will hit. Yeah, I mean, I could have been stronger in what I said about people with blood on their hands and things like that, but I haven't. I've actually, believe it or not, reined it in a bit from how I really feel. So, I'm certainly not going to apologise for what I've said because I think that was the mild version.
My missus has got a friend that lives on Shetland, you see, so she's just told her.
Sean says he loves the way people have been stockpiling masks and bog roll. And the other thing, guys, as well, is at the minute, like we all have done in the past, what are you vaping? Oh, I'm vaping raspberry, whatever. Do you try it? Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
That's a no-no at the moment. Even if you think you know someone, don't do it. Graham Mabley, you are so right. Thank you, Graham. And Graham lives next to Heathrow. There you go.
Yeah.
Matt Benson, compare our approach to Taiwan. They're right next to China, but comprehensive testing regime and have had 1 death so far. Well, I've got some stats here as well.
And the deaths are usually elderly people that have got something wrong with them anyway, haven't they? Most of them. They're people with weak immune systems.
Yeah. I mean, South Korea, okay, they've had 7,500 cases. New cases, 35. So that's not actually... that's easing off. That's slowing down, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think their mortality death rate is 1%. But it's only 1% because they've done so many tests.
Yeah.
So if you pick, I don't know, another country. Did you mention one before we came on, Jay? I think you did, didn't you?
Can't remember. I did say something, yeah.
I think whoever it was.
Italy's knocked it out, haven't they?
That worked out to about 4 or 5%. Well, that just means that they haven't tested enough people, I think, because there's more of us than we're than we're aware of, I believe. Anyway, I'm not going to go on anymore. Said my piece. Shut up. Yeah, compare our approach to time. Yeah, exactly. Simon, agree with you, Mark. Hopefully I'm wrong. 10 days' time will be like Italy. Boris needs... Yeah, he does. He does need to act now. And
He's pull his finger out of his arse and do something.
Football, rugby. I mean, I love sport. Don't get me wrong, but surely we can forego that for a week or two. And
yeah, because all those people, one person's got it in there, and all those people that haven't got it will soon have it, won't they? It's just one of them, isn't it?
It is. Sean, I had a cough and a cold for the last 4 weeks. Cough and a cold. I mean, you're going to get that this time of year anyway, aren't you? Rufus, my lad's hamster died today. Had to explain that it died from old age. 18 months, no corona. Bless. Isn't it? Kids, it's always a heartbreak for them when their pet dies, isn't it? And you have to try and, make up like a pleasant story of where they are and stuff. So, yeah.
I'll buy them a new bike or something. Be happy.
Buy them a bike. What, Kawasaki or something like that? Yeah. Name in... What's that? NI? Oh, same in NI. Netherlands, I suppose. Netherlands, NL. Someone came back from Italy into Dublin, jumped on the train up to Belfast and had the virus. Yeah.
Oh, NI, Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Northern Ireland, yeah. So I'm with you there now. Kevin Smith, Mark, the big question, did you bulk buy extra bog roll? No, it absolutely did not. Chris, our son is supposed to go to Czechoslovakia and Germany in 2 weeks. We're not sure whether to let him go. I had a chap I know, and I won't say too much because I don't think he's listening, but he's booked a holiday. I can't remember what he said now. It's like in the Far East, and he said, I'm wondering now. He said, will that go or not? And he said, but I don't want to lose my money. You can't spend it when you're dead, can you? You really can't. That's no good to you at all. And that's dramatic, I know, but personally speaking, I will not be leaving this country this year. I'm going nowhere. That's fact.
Well, we know there's already a cure anyway because what's his name? The orange orangutan from the States said, we will have this sorted by the end of April, didn't he, or something? Be gone by the end of April, so he already knew.
They're playing it down as flu. It's not flu. It's different flu. It's a novel virus. It's not something anyone has experienced before. No one's got resistance to it. Nothing.
No, because it's been made up, hasn't it? It's been made up in a lab, and that's got out. Oh dear! I wonder how that happened.
Sure, those masks are not designed to stop you getting. No, they're not. They're not designed to stop you getting it at all. And to be honest, your eyes are just as relevant as your breathing anyway.
Yeah, you can get it through your eye things, can't you? It goes into your bloodstream then, doesn't it?
And Keith's right. They wear masks in operations, stop slash back the blood and fluids. Yeah. Good question, Swirling and I'm glad you mentioned it. Let's put you on the screen.
I was wondering when someone would bring that up. That's a great debate.
Yeah, I thought to myself that week, wouldn't it be ironic if they did a survey after all this had passed and showed that the percentage of vapors never got it? And if they did, it was a mild form.
Well, apparently PG has no antibacterial properties whatsoever, right?
So why'd they pump it around the hospitals?
They pumped it around the hospitals to clear out the air conditioning so it would kill off, what was it called, Legionnaires. Because Legionnaires happens when you get a mold spore in the air conditioning units. Right. And they used it as a stopgap, but they hadn't done that since the 1950s.
No, it was a long time ago. But
yeah, they did use PG. It sprayed into the air conditioners to get rid, but that's not because it was antibacterial. That's because it just washed out all the moss, the mold. It neutralized it. Kind of like an acid will get neutralized by an alkaline. Do you know what I mean?
And they're closing all the schools. Kieran saying check from Wednesday for 14 days, up to 14 days. I mean, the school kids would be chuffed, but this self-isolation as well. They're now recommending anyone comes back from Italy, and this one made me laugh today as well, that only travel to Italy if it's urgent. What could possibly be urgent enough to go there?
Well, the only person that, would be people that are on holiday here that want to go home, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or people going to see relatives over there or something. Someone's not well and they're going to see him, innit?
But that struck me as odd. But
yeah,
there was another point I was going to make to that, and I can't remember what it is now. No, can't remember. No, that'll come to me in a minute. Kinko, apparently the cloth masks don't filter out the viruses, but they get damp and expelled air, which is what viruses like, damp and warm. Only mask that will work is NBC mask. Yep, correct.
Yeah, the expensive ones are about 30 quid each.
Yeah.
With filter things on them. 3M.
Chris Holmes thinks he's going there on a school trip. Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I mean, kids will love, time off school, obviously, and the question will be asked: does that mean we get less time on our summer holidays or something?
Yeah.
It's that's the point I was going to make. The people that have come back from Italy and are coming back have been told, it doesn't matter where you've come from, you now need to go home and self-isolate. They're not going to do that. They're going to get home and think, I feel all right. I'll be all right. I'll go work. People, we're not disciplined. Like China, they were taping up doors, weren't they? And you are not coming out. They were really forceful and firm about it. We have nothing like, and we never would live like that. We're different types of people. And Graham likes Corona beer. Yeah, I do too. I think it's it. And funnily enough, I did go
with plenty of lime shoved in it. You got to have lime in a Corona.
Aldi tonight, and they had boxes of it stacked up on sale.
Yeah, no one's buying it.
Are they buying it?
Yeah, people aren't buying it because they think they're going to get Corona. It's actually been on their Facebook group. On the Facebook page, it's like we can reassure people you're not going to get coronavirus from drinking our beer.
Ian, Mark, my local vape shop, Titanic Vape, has made their own hand sanitizer in 60ml bottles, selling for $1.99 each.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube and look at Big Clive, BigClive.com or something he's called on there. I love Big Clive. He's ace.
Yeah.
He basically what I want to do at some point is, if I stop from fully reviewing, not that I'm doing any of that at the minute because I've got shitloads on, but that's what I'd like to do electronics and stuff and build things and stuff. But yeah, he's got a little tutorial on how to make your own. It's dead simple.
Just put Daniel's comment on the screen. Thank you, Daniel. Must be 10:15. That's 10 to 10. Wow.
It's 10 to 10, yeah.
10 to 10. Yep. It'd be great, folks, if you do. It helps with all the analytics and all that jazz. Keith, my missus works at the hospital. None of the staff have been tested. Appalling.
That should be tested every day as far as I'm concerned if you're in the hospital.
Is that?
Yeah.
Boudillon, current setup trend. No one wants to talk about current setup, true RTR and E-leave, probably smallest twin 18650 setup. Yeah, sounds a good setup. Sounds a good setup. God help it. Help if it gets to and that is a very good. Let's put that comment on the screen, Sean. Very good point. God help if it gets to third world countries that won't have the result. They won't have the resources to cope. No. And
that's exactly why it was released, wasn't it? Let's face it. My opinion.
Your opinion. We don't know. We don't know, do we? But I said all along, it was just like the perfect storm. Before they all go on their Chinese New Year, like rats going to each part of every part of the world, really. But yeah, third world countries don't even bear thinking about, does it? Doesn't bear thinking about. We can be a horrible race, that's for sure. Giuseppe Lanelli, hello Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Pardon?
Giuseppe.
I've always called him Giuseppe. He's been a customer of mine for years. And that's what I've always called him in my head. Fancy picking me up on that. No, you pick me up. I don't care. Master useless. Bill Gates owned a patent for Corona. He probably owns the patent for the antidote also. I have my money on the release of the cure to the general public sooner than later. You could well be right. Graham, it's a man-made virus. Yeah, it absolutely is. Funny how Trump knows the cure. Does he know the cure? I don't know. There's one or two things that just don't sit right with me with this.
It doesn't sit right, does it? It's just there's something like it's a bit coincidence, like you say. They all go home and the Corona, isn't it? You know.
And why? This is a question that. Why is it some people only get a very? There probably isn't a good answer for this. I'm just not educated enough to know it. Why is it some people get a very mild form and barely even know they've got it, and then other people are in a right muddle and even die? Is it a gene? Is there a certain gene it's affecting?
It's possible, isn't it? It's the immune system, isn't it? That's what it's going for. It's the immune system. If you've got a weak immune system, that'll knock your socks off.
Vitamin D, folks, take one. Trump was immediately corrected by his staff who actually knew the facts. Matt Bennett, so Trump is clueless on this as he is on vaping. Yeah, I don't know. Just there's something not sitting right with me with all this. There really isn't. The only mask that will protect you is one that you can seal around your face.
Right.
There's any gaps around the mask, the air won't be filtered yet. Correct, Sean. More cats about. Oh, Keith.
It's because all the Chinese are ill. They're not cooking them.
More cats. 9 out of cats. They preferred it. Matt, oh no, Jay's got a theory. Where's my tinfoil hat? Yeah, go and get it. Let's bunker down. It's almost like it's a world test. Yeah, I mean it's that's
same as AIDS, isn't it?
Yeah,
that was a world test.
Yeah. But we're all being blasé. It's like we've had scares before, haven't we? We've had SARS and things like that, and
foot and mouth and all that sort of stuff.
Ebola, HIV. We've always been all right, and I think in a way we're probably looking at this like, I'll be all right. You know, we'll be all right. And to be fair, I think I've driven Tina around a twist lately with this because I'm like a sponge. I'm reading everything I can read. And
I do the same thing. I'm terrible. I love reading it as a shit.
I know I'm getting on her nerves about it, but I don't know. It's just I'm one of these people I just like to know. And the other part is, I as I've said before, I want my customers to be safe. The only product I've ordered knowingly from China is the Easy Mod.
Yeah.
That is the only one with the purity tanks from the same firm. But, you know, how bad would I feel if I passed it on? I think there was a guy on the radio today that he'd been to Italy, he'd come home, he'd given it to his father, and I think his father had died from it. Now, how bad does he feel?
Yeah.
He's had his skin holiday, and it's not his fault, poor guy. No, but bless him. Korean meatball. Yeah, thanks, Sean. Daniel, he's on form tonight, isn't he? I don't think he's feeling very well. Mark, so is it just Tina that I'm annoying? Yeah, it's just Tina, and
just Tina.
will be you, Daniel, as well, because I'll make sure of it. So that hour has come. Oh, hour.
But yeah, we've done already. Crikey.
And I've caught up with chat as well. Is there anything, Jay, that I've done loads of talking tonight? I'm surprised I haven't got a husky voice. Is there anything you want to say tonight before we go?
No, I think we're all chiseled. Everyone's kept us busy as usual, which is always nice.
I did say, didn't I, that I'd put the code in for the 20%.
Oh yeah, the code.
Juice.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, go and buy juice now while it's cheap.
There you go, folks. Juice 20. All the juice is 20% off it, and that's the code.
Coolios.
Albert, as you said, Mark, doesn't make sense out of how many millions of people in every country around the world, only a small amount have been infected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not right, is it? I've got a list here, which I'll shout out to Daniel. I asked him to find me something for tonight, actually. And here's all the, I don't know if you can see it, they're all the countries there, down the left-hand side. The top obviously being China, followed by...
Surprised you haven't got a big map and you've written down on the map a map. Have a map up with pins with like how many have died and how many... like a walk out, and then link it up with like lines, and it shows a pentagram or something.
What this list doesn't show me is how... See, this is wrong, isn't it? This is wrong. Oh no, that could be... No, sorry, I was reading the wrong column. This doesn't show, this list here, how many tests they've done in each country. That's what I'd like to assume. We've got total cases, new cases, total deaths, new deaths, total recovered, active cases, serious critical, and total cases per million population. But I'd like to see on this form how many people have been tested in these countries. Yeah. But, in Greece, 89, 5 new cases.
Oh, yeah, there's a question from Keith there. When's Drake's in?
Drake should be in later this week, Keith. I think I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, it should be late this week. So I'm looking forward to that. Excited about that. Are you excited about that? Yeah, I think I said enough now. I'll shut up. I don't like to put a downer on things, guys. I just wanted to say what I want to say, really.
Yeah.
That was all. It's like it's too thin. The world population is a purge in man-made form. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that every country in the world has got a problem with pensions, haven't they? There's not enough funds for the pensions. Makes you wonder. Been interesting to see from all the people that have died where the DNA says they originate from. Yeah, that would be
that's a good point, isn't it?
That would be that. It just I don't know why it's severely affecting a small percentage, but when it does, it's like got hold of them, isn't it?
Yeah,
completely. Daniel, a big thank you to Mark and Jay, my fellow spanner Lynn, Kieran, all the other regulators, as well as newcomers for another great show. The show is every Tuesday at 20:30, 7:30. Good night to everyone. That's Daniel's way of saying, Mark, shut up.
Shut up. Get the fuck out of here. Get off.
Shut up. Tina's shouting as well. Shut up.
Did that music with like the freaking thing that comes from the side, like pull us off.
Okay. Would you like to say your good nights, please? Jay?
Thank you all for watching, guys. Thank you for keeping us all busy with your questions and your information and everything as usual in chat. And we shall see you next week.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, thank you, folks. You're at the minute there is very little to talk about vaping wise because
there's nothing
new is coming through. I may well have some very exciting news in a couple of weeks, but I'll save that for then. You'll have to stay tuned. But your questions, as always, we had a little spell tonight of what everyone's vaping on. It all helps the show just tick along. Otherwise, there's long silences. I don't apologise for my comments about Corona, but thank you for putting up with them and listening to me. Let me have my say. If you want to share them anywhere, share away. I don't care. But until next week, we'll be on a happier note, I'm sure. Till next week, see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Ta-ra, guys.